Hey guys, Jacob the Beast F1 here today, back with a brand new video. Today we are here in Russia after Bahrain. If you can see in the top right, we're made with KineMaster, is because it's much better than my current audio on my PS4 because my headset is broken. It's only taped together, so I'm actually just recording this on my phone, screen recording it, and then putting it on KineMaster, then putting on and then do some final edits and then putting on the audio. So going through turn 1 in Russia now and qualifying. Over the bumps a little bit. Currently down on my delta by by about 1 and a bit tenths. Going through turn 5, I think 4. Alright, I think I cut the corner a little bit. Yeah, tiny bit there, turning a little bit too early. Through here again, cutting the corner a tiny bit as well. Going a little bit wide. Over the curves again, wide again. I'm not too sure why I was going wide so many times. Through there, getting set up for the straight, getting a little bit of oversteer on the exit there. Now we are 3 and a bit tenths up on our delta time. Turning on that first little sign up there. No locking up, which was good, saving the tires. You can see we're currently P15, stuck on that outside curb, locking up on that outside tire. Not losing the back end there, which nearly going into the barrier, but luckily I saved it. Cutting the corner a tiny bit there, and a little bit oversteer, and we go 1:35.0, which puts us 4 milliseconds behind our teammate Fernando Alonso, which puts us in the P13 into Q2. First time we're actually in Q2, the first time this season. So that was a good achievement. So on to Q2, and it's quite a wet Q2, so I got out as early as I can and hope it was dry, because by the end of the session it was not getting drier. You can see how much wheel spin I was getting. Also really wet qualifying. I don't know why it put me out on ultra soft tires. It did say it was cloudy, but now it's raining. So I did my best to try and control the car, going a little bit wide there on turn 1. You can see just going around the long left-hander. See, I'm losing the back end, and then try to brake early, trying not to lock up the tires and going wide, losing a lot of time. So yeah, this time careful not to cut the corner, going a little bit wide. That's all application. You can see just losing the back end. You can see I'm just braking much earlier than the racing line says for me to do. Really struggling in these conditions. A lot of oversteer. Not too sure why the game put me on ultra soft tires. That turn wasn't too bad there, and DRS was still activated, so it was still for slick tires. But in a race, I would definitely be going in for intermediates. Here, braking a lot earlier. Don't want to lock the tires too hard. You can see how much losing the back end, practically drifting. It was just like last season where there was so much rain during the race. But luckily in the race it's not like that. I'm not losing the back end there. Sometimes I do. Shifting through the gears to minimize wheel spinning. I'm going a little bit wide and a little bit off camber there, but I'm going across the line with a 1:49.2. 14 seconds off the lead. Yeah, and I had to get 3 seconds to get into the top 10. So I don't know why, but yeah, Fernando Alonso also in the midst there, and Sebastian Vettel as well. Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen nearly getting eliminated. I don't know how Valtteri Bottas managed to do a 1:34.4, but that's a Mercedes car for you. So just going to advance into the race now. we're going to go 12 laps on the ultra soft tires and then put on the super softs. It was originally lap 7, but I changed, no, not lap 7, lap 11, but I did change it up a little bit, adding a little bit more fuel. So we're going to start off this race. 5 red lights, and away we go. You got Sebastian Vettel up in 10th, my teammate Fernando Alonso getting a grid penalty, so is Max Verstappen. Up there, Magnussen Sainz ahead of me touch. Massa gets a jump on Vettel as well. I look on the inside, seeing some space, trying to double overtake Magnussen and Sainz. We got Ocon and Hulkenberg ahead of me. Luckily, unfortunately, Vettel managed to get past both of them. Take a look on Esteban Ocon, but it does not work out. And you can see the top like 3 or 4 pushing away from everybody else. Ahead of us, there's actually a small train of Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Ricardo, and Ocon. Is because they're stuck behind Lewis Hamilton, who has or some type of problem. That's why I'm staying up so close with Ocon. You can see just getting the powertrain down and rich mix and everything. Just can't manage to catch up, but in the braking zones I managed to catch up by a lot. Shifting down to 3rd, not what I wanted. Have to stay in the 4th into that corner as I'll lose the back end or too much wheel spin. Onto lap 3, DRS is enabled. I do have DRS on Ocon, but also Sebastian Vettel has DRS on me. Shifting down to 3rd again, taking a look, but nearly smashing into the back of Esteban Ocon there. And then next lap, yellow flags because of Carlos Sainz, who has a mechanical failure. Taking a look on Ocon, not really working out, getting really close to his back end. But now I've really closed up to him to see what type of move I can do on him. I'm so much closer this time. I've got DRS now, rich mix, slipstream. I had to do something. I had to get past him. Didn't want to get held up anymore. And smooth dive bomb down the inside, locking up the outside tire because it's a fast left-hander. But yeah, just keeping it straight, not smashing right into the back of Nico Hulkenberg, and now there's a nice smooth pass. But on the same lap, well, lap 5 now, we're close to Hamilton and Hulkenberg, rich mix and DRS. I try to get into the slipstream of both cars and going up the inside for a double overtake, going a little bit wide. Lewis Hamilton does manage to get a switch back on me, but then I go round the outside. Not really good because I have to travel a much further distance, but I do have the inside line for this turn. But we touch, nearly losing the car, but luckily saving it, and Lewis Hamilton and Nico Hulkenberg have to stay behind me. But I think whatever problem Lewis Hamilton had has resolved now, because he is absolutely blasting it past me. I don't know why it was so much better, why it suddenly all of a sudden works. So yeah, I think his problem is fixed now, and you can see him just losing the back end. Now Esteban Ocon and Sebastian Vettel is now attacking me. I just covered the middle of the racetrack, so they can't decide where to go. Nico Hulkenberg has actually just went into the pits. He's doing a 2-stop strategy in this race. I'm not too sure what about Fernando Alonso. He just didn't have a really good race. Me and Ocon tried to battle it out, and I just tried to defend on the inside. No contact whatsoever. Going a little bit wide there, getting too aggressive on the power. And yeah, he is now closing down in the straight. Again, I cover the middle of the racetrack, and Ocon on my outside, trying to defend on the inside, going over the bumps a little bit, but doing my best to defend from them. Now, instead of going lap 12, we're going in on lap 11. Just because of the undercut, I do have track position. So, yeah, I didn't want to lose it. So, coming into the pits, Ocon is coming in as well. My teammate Fernando Alonso is coming in well. Toro Rosso and Vettel's also coming in. Mercedes was just in, as you can see their pit crew there. I think Vettel jumps Ocon in the pits. Luckily not getting held up. Yeah, Vettel jumps Ocon in the pits, which wasn't too good for him. He's lost quite a substantial amount of track position. And yeah, so this is lap 12. And there's a car between me and Vettel, which is Lance Stroll. And going a little bit wide there. But VSC does come out because of Max Verstappen there. He crashed into the barrier, but I think he does have a puncture. And you'll see a recreation of what exactly happens later in this video. Hint, hint. But I'm trying to defend from Sebastian Vettel. Doesn't work out too well. Me and him touching tires. I'm on the outside, which isn't too good for me. I could not replicate what I did to Lewis Hamilton earlier in this lap. So we will not see Vettel again. But Ocon tries to go on my inside. We both touch, and then I get a puncture. Left rear puncture. I was so confused what happened until this moment. And then I hit, Massa hits me. He had all the time in the world to react. And yeah. So I was so concentrated on what happened to my puncture that I completely forgot about braking zones. And you can see I'm going on wide. My left rear tire was punctured, which meant my right rear tire wasn't touching the ground. And I was so concentrated on what happened to my puncture that I completely forgot about braking zones. And that's my recreation of a Max Verstappen there. That happened earlier in the lap. So yeah. During that straight, left rear tire popped even more. Probably ran over some carbon fiber. Just like Valtteri Bottas did in Azerbaijan, just going right into the wall, and people are actually lapping me now. You could see it. My right rear tire was just doing all the power for me, losing the back end and everything. No clue what happened. But yeah, I was gonna get scores really so many points, and yeah, completely forgot about braking zones. And then that's what happened. Yeah, so that wasn't great. Must have went over some carbon fiber. I haven't actually experienced running over carbon fiber, but you will see the replay onto what happened. Only time I've reached a puncture was when I ran tires too long. Usually if it's 75% or above, you'll randomly get a puncture. But yeah, you'll soon see a replay of what happened. Just a piece of carbon fiber. I think it's from Perez, not too sure if it's from mine. But yeah, you can just see a piece of carbon fiber flies through the car, and you could just see there circled the piece of carbon fiber that actually tore the tire apart. That's how the puncture originally started. Slow it down, just goes through the tire and punctures the tire. And yeah, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, as I started to use it, it got worse. Put on the ultra soft tires. Yeah, P18. I was 45 seconds behind Pascal Wehrlein, so there's nothing I could do there. It was a great weekend until that moment. Max Verstappen did go 2 laps down. Carlos Sainz only non-finisher in this race. But yeah, it's sad I could not finish this race. Fernando Alonso finishing in P14. I did get a penalty because I was just absolutely done. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. See you in the next race in Spain, and see you then.